It's time to check in with Michelle Cummins. Yes, it's the Cummins Real Estate Group show. The last one before Christmas. How you doing, Michelle?
I am doing really good, Curtis. I am like, I just woke up this morning and I'm like, I am doing my day 21 day fitness challenge, and I did it. And here I am on the radio show, bright and early.
You are a stronger person than I, that's for sure, because working out is a four-letter word for me. Well, it's several four-letter words, I think. Work out. Oh, out's only 3. Never mind.
Well, normally for me too, and I've been so bad, our habits, and I got into don't work out. So I'm like, I really need to, I always wanted a personal trainer, and I did a shout out, a month ago or whatever of supporting local businesses, and one was the Fit RX in Mission, and I thought, she's a really good trainer. I've heard great things about her and them, so I went and checked it out. They have this 21. It just was happening like a few days after I was introduced to them, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. So it's really kept me motivated, kept me like, you have to do it. Like they Zoom it early in the morning, but you can do it throughout the day at any time. And then you have to post your sweaty selfie, and you have to say that you did it and all that. So I have to admit, though, I missed 2 days so far out of the 19. 2 days I was a wimp. I let my busyness overwhelm my day, and I didn't take it out. And I felt it the following day when I went back and did it. I was like, oh man. But well, if you lose it, if you miss it, you lose it.
But when we think about it, just like a couple years ago, you were in so much pain, having all kinds of back problems, and now you're working out, 21 days in a row. That's pretty cool.
It's amazing how I feel and how that just has gone away completely. And I'm just so thankful for my health. And so I need to be responsible and make sure, keep it up. Because literally since I've been doing that, and I've been starting to take vitamins and, some herbs and, trying to be a little bit more mindful of what I put in my body, I have way more energy. I've been having way better sleep. And I do feel better. So yeah, it keeps you going when you start feeling those effects and noticing it.
So you're having a little less of the eggnog this year?
Little less. I still like my Lucerne eggnog.
You can't go wrong with a little eggnog, although I know eggnog is either you love it or you hate it. I'm on the side of I love it myself too, so.
Okay, so talking about eggnog every year, and this is the time when we usually have it, what are some, my friend the other day, she was saying how this year they're going to have eggs Benedict for Christmas breakfast, and I thought that's so fantastic. It sounds so good. So I thought, well, I'm gonna do that this year. Usually our tradition is, a quiche already made. You throw it in the oven and it's easy or something. But what do you, Kelly, and the kids do? What's your normal Christmas Day and Christmas Eve tradition?
Well, normally we have Christmas morning. We start off at the in-laws because the mother-in-law makes that. I think it's a classic 70s thing. It's called the wife saver, and it's like you put a layer of white bread and then some cheddar cheese and then some ham and then another layer of white bread, and then you cover the whole thing in egg, it's like you're making scrambled eggs, and then you put it in the oven for an hour.
Crazy. I've never had that.
Yeah, you can look it up. It's called Wife Saver, because again, I think it's very 60s, 70s, but it's really good. So we
white the color white.
Yeah, but pardon me?
White like the color white?
No, wife as in your better half.
Oh. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, and again, I think that title alone shows you it's a little bit of a dated, thing.
Love it.
Because husbands cook too. Because I can tell you, my wife doesn't make it; I do. But it's one of those classic kind of things, and we have that every year. So I'm going to make it this year. I've made it before, and I can't make it quite as good as the mother-in-law, but I can make it. And then usually we unwrap gifts, all that stuff, and we head over to my dad's usually for the afternoon. It used to be really good because my in-laws and my dad used to live just down the road from each other. Then my in-laws moved to White Rock and really screwed everything up for me.
How dare they?
I know.
Gosh. Okay, do you do Christmas dinner or Christmas Eve dinner, or do you actually eat both days? Ha ha ha.
Usually Christmas Eve is more like, and that's kind of a both side of the family thing would be, lots of snacks and hors d'oeuvres and appetizers and stuff like that. There might not even be a real meal on Christmas Eve. But Christmas, it's the big Christmas dinner was always in my family and on Kelly's side of the family too. The turkey, the ham, the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, all that fun stuff.
So the same friend I was talking about, Christine, so she also says she has this tradition. She's got 2 girls. And my family, I always grew up having a Christmas Eve gift, and it was always Christmas pajamas. And she took it up a notch, and I'm going to follow her and start doing this next year, is she has Christmas Eve or Christmas jammies on December 1st so that they get to enjoy fresh, new Christmas PJs all month rather than opening it up just for Christmas Day. I thought that was brilliant.
That is a good idea. Yeah, I can see how that would work. But does Richard really need new jammies on December 1st?
Yes, we all do.
Okay, just checking.
Okay, so do you guys do stockings?
Yeah, we usually, Santa's got to drop something off in the stockings.
Okay, what does Santa usually leave in all your stockings? Like, what's a go-to thing that you could always rely on?
Well, for me growing up, it was usually a lump of coal, but that's a whole other story. My kids usually make
giving those? What?
Yeah, well, eventually they turn to diamonds. That's what I keep telling myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, little pressure, little time. I don't know if I have that amount of time or pressure, but still, my kids usually do pretty well. Santa usually drops off, there's, something that they're looking for. Plus, that's always a lot of the practical stuff, right? Like, socks and new underwear and stuff like that.
Yeah, gloves. And an orange.
Yeah, but there's usually something in there, something cool as well. Santa's pretty smart that way.
Okay, so I have to ask because there is something this year that I've really, really missed with just everything going on. It's tradition for me at this time of year. It's my favorite, See's candies. And I usually drive down to, you can't get it in Canada. Nowhere have I ever found it in Canada. If anybody knows where to find See's candies, besides ordering it online. I'm not a big online orderer. Like, I don't buy a lot of things online at all. And so I usually go down to Bellingham in Washington and I get it at the store there because they always have one that's open at this time of year. And that's something I'm really missing. There is nothing like See's chocolate.
Now, I was going to say, is there some, being a Canadian, I know what a lot of our traditions are, and a lot of those traditions, of course, are based in a lot of the British traditions and things and whatnot. But is there anything different that you growing up in the States versus being here in Canada now? Like, is there any different traditions you had?
Gosh, I don't think so. Once when I was a child, in the middle of the day, Santa came to my door. I don't know if he does that to everybody.
You must have done something really, really good or something really bad that year if he's making a personal appearance.
It was pretty amazing. Oh, my gosh. But traditions, really, just the Christmas Eve gift. And then I always am the first one awake. I am. And then I wake up my sister, one of them, and one year, one sister got really upset. Go back to bed. Santa's not here yet. And I'm like, yes, he has been here. I see the stockings are full. But, we always grab our stockings first, and we would open up our stockings, and then we'd have to wait hours and hours for everyone to wake up, and Mom and Dad to wake up, have coffee. Oh, gosh, now we have to have breakfast, and we just couldn't wait to open the gifts.
That makes sense. Now, of course, everybody has a favorite family Christmas movie or two. What's the go-to Christmas movies in the Cummins household? It's a Wonderful Life is bar none the number one Christmas movie that we absolutely love. Absolutely love that one. And we love the Nativity, of course, that we really like that one. There's then the Christmas Vacation, which is always a fun one. Those are some of the top ones. Yeah, those are good ones. And the one I was in, Snowmageddon. Don't forget that one. Right. Don't forget Snowmageddon now. For us, definitely Christmas Vacation. I usually watch It's a Wonderful Life at some point, but for some reason, I guess my kids and my wife are not as into that one as me, so I usually end up watching that alone and quietly weeping to myself. And then you watch the black and white one or the colored one? Oh, I got to watch the black and white one. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the big one in my family, because it's my daughter's favorite movie, is Elf with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, in the elevator, hitting all the buttons.
Yes, and we'll all watch that one a couple times every year. Cassidy will watch it about 16 times this month.
Oh, the spaghetti and the M&Ms and that. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, we spend the whole Christmas month with my daughter quoting that movie.
I really like Dash Chanel, the gal. That's how I was introduced to her.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the singer gal who's actress. And, yeah, she's cool. She's amazing. That's a good one. The Grinch. The Grinch is kind of fun once in a while.
Now, do you go for the original animated one? You go to the Jim Carrey one or the new animated one?
Gosh, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I know a lot of people weren't as big on that one, but I thought he was the perfect guy to play the Grinch.
Yeah, I liked it. I love the cinematography of it. I love the colors. I love the funness. I love the timing, his timing, and it just, I thought it was quite unique and cool. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. So that's another favorite in the Pope household. And then one that we always forget about and then watch every year and go, why did we forget about this one, is Four Christmases with Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. That's like down-to-earth real life.
I just love the scene when he goes home to see his mom and she's dating or married to his old high school friend and how weird it is.
Oh, my gosh. I haven't watched that one in years. I might have to throw that on again. I remember them going up on the roof and they're trying to fix the satellite or something.
Yeah.
I remember that scene.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. I like that one a lot. And, and of course, showing that I'm a true, action movie fan, I have to watch Die Hard every Christmas.
That's right. That is such a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. It takes place at Christmas. He's trying to get there to his family for Christmas. It is definitely a Christmas movie.
Okay, so I haven't heard anything about movies from like Lifetime or Hallmark Christmas movies. Top favorites of Hallmark?
Well, you see, my wife, as much as she loves a good rom-com and stuff like that, she really can't bring herself to watch those movies.
You know what? It's one I usually like. I'll have it in the background when I'm doing my Christmas cards, or it'll be playing when I'm, doing this or that. It's kind of, I don't know. Oh, and last year I worked out like on my treadmill and all that. I would watch a whole Christmas movie as I was working out, and that was fun. I had a friend and actor named Antonio Cupo. He's in a couple of like Christmas hats, and there's one coming up next week, I think, called The Inn of Baz something or other. But anyways, he's a great actor, and he's in a few. He's a good friend of ours. Oh,
very, very cool. Well, looking at the clock, I think we have to take a break here. We talked all about Christmas. When we come back, we'll actually talk a little bit about real estate. Does that sound like a plan?
Maybe a little bit.
Just a little bit. All right. So if people have more information to say about real estate, what can they do?
MichelleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this. Segment number 2 of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with the one and only Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Now, we talked a lot about Christmas in the first segment, Michele, but we should probably talk a little bit about the market because, as odd as it may seem, it is still a busy market with multiple offers coming in.
It is. I just went through a few of them just this week. It's a week before Christmas, and you'd think it would be slowing down by now, but no, it is crazy busy. My last one was just 2 days ago, 10 offers. Not quite as bad as one of the ones that you were involved in.
There was 19 on that one. Remember, 19 offers.
Like the time it takes as the listing agent to go through all of those, to prep them all, to read through them all, prepare to present all of them to your seller, it takes a long time. So
how do you go through, like, if you got, say, 19 offers, I guess the first thing you do is you look at the price, and then you do them in order of price, and then you start looking at subjects, and I guess you, over a little bit of time, can kind of get a good pile and a not so good pile.
Yeah, I've got a spreadsheet because, yes, price, I got the listing agent's name, I got who the buyers are, where they're from, I have what's their financial situation like, what's the purchase price, offer price, what's the deposit structure, is it with the offer, is it 24 hours after, is it after subject removal, are there subjects, and then what are the subjects, what are the subject removal dates, and then what are the completion and possession dates? And if there's any fine notes, I got the notes. And if there's letters or anything to go with it, I have that. So I kind of have this. It helps me organize it. And then I put them in order of, usually there's the first ones that come in, but, really I put them in order of kind of the not as good to what I feel is the best and strongest, and then go through them, usually present them that way to my clients. Just so nothing's being missed. And then there's all the odd things, this person's asking for that, and this person's not asking for hardly anything. And then if there's lots of conditions and terms and just a lot of stuff in the offer, then, you got to look at what all that is. So, yeah, it takes quite a while. And you do have to rate things verbatim, right? Like for word, so you don't miss anything. So.
Yeah, because you can miss a line and you're going, oh, wait a minute. This is subject free. Oh, wait a minute. There's something here on the last subject that I missed. Or now all of a sudden you're going, oops, my bad.
Exactly. And you don't want to do that.
No, especially when it comes to the subjects, because that's where you can sometimes get some stuff you wouldn't quite expect. I mean, what are some of the odd subjects you sometimes get people asking for?
Oh, gosh. What's the oddest one I've had lately?
Sometimes people want, furniture and things like that, but is there anything like really odd? They're like, we actually want the blender. What?
Furniture is sometimes thrown in there, even in multiple offers. I suggest as a buyer try not to have, but if you already know the seller's okay with it or they plan on it, but yeah, you want to, the oddest thing. I just had one a few weeks ago, and now I'll try to think of it.
Yeah, because I imagine there must be some, because you never know what somebody's going to see in a house and go, I love the house, but I also want that. And you're like, you what? You want that? It seems odd. I mean, I know with the place that we've just purchased with you that you threw in, hey, there's a nice fire pit and chairs. Let's throw that in. Okay.
Exactly. So, and that's all to do with communication from the listing agent and the buyer's agent of, especially multiple offers. You got to know what the seller's okay with, what they expect to leave, or, have that communication. But if you just kind of throw it in randomly, I did have multiple offers on a listing of mine, and one party did ask for like the moon, all sorts of stuff, and the other party had asked for hardly anything. And to those sellers, that meant a lot to them. So, yeah, you kind of have to beware of that.
Well, and I guess quite often, like I know in our situation, when they came back and they said, yeah, we agreed all your subject or like all the things you want, but just so other furniture is up for grabs if you want to make a deal with us, which I guess can happen sometimes too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because sometimes you don't want to move that furniture back out because you know how heavy it was and how awkward it was to get into the place.
Yeah, and moving is hard, and the less you have to move as a seller, great. The less you have to buy and move in as a buyer, great. And a lot of things fit a house. Like people buy things specifically for a house just that it fits that house, and it just works in that space or whatever. So a lot of times buyers want it because they're like, wow, it's perfect there, right? And we're very visual people, and it's like, well, why not? And sellers are like, well, if I don't have to move it, great. But I did just have a listing with gorgeous furniture. I am telling you, they shop at Renaissance in Langley, which is an amazing store. The owner is amazing. Tim, they shop at really in the fancy antiques, and their bedroom, just their bed frame headboard alone was over $10,000.
Oh wow!
Hand carved. They've got all this amazing furniture. And so the buyer did want a lot of furniture and asked, okay, how much? This was after the deal, right? And then the list came back as it's like, well, and they had just bought it, and it's really expensive, but usually, and they want to keep it. Actually, they're okay with keeping it, but normally you can get sometimes a good deal on furniture too from the sellers because, sometimes they need to get rid of it.
Well, I know
a few of them. Yeah.
For our situation, we looked at the bedroom suite they had, going, it's perfect. A little too perfect. We're never going to find anything like that. Michelle, can you talk to the buyers and see if we can buy their bedroom furniture off them?
Exactly. It works.
And they came back and were like, yeah.
Yeah, it was worth it for you, and for them too. Because it's perfect in there.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys settled on what one stuff though, because I was just like, wow, I like it. I like it all. They did a really good job.
They did, but that was particular. Like my wife looked around for like all of about an hour online and stuff, and she went, you know what? We can't find stuff like that that's going to fit perfect. Let's just see if we can buy it off them. I'm like, all right, text Michelle.
Oh, good. And now the move-in day, think of it. You can just jump on that, like it's there for you. You don't have to set it up.
Yeah, that's one room we can just go, oh, it's set up. We just have to unpack the clothes.
You don't have to sleep on the floor. Well, talking about real estate, it's crazy, this market, with all the multiple offers a week before Christmas. And still last night, I was up till late, work on another offer, got a couple more ones accepted. And it's the pandemic and everything has been driving prices higher in the Fraser Valley particularly, and Chilliwack, compared to Greater Vancouver, because everyone's been moving out. They're wanting a bit bigger, wanting a bit more rural. We've talked about this before, but it is still the flow. It still is what's happening, and and then the lower interest rates that they just went down again last week. It's just crazy. So the report from the British Columbia Real Estate Association actually said that Greater Vancouver grew 8.4% in November compared to the same month in 2019, and the actual Fraser Valley area, though, an increase of 42.1%. It's just crazy what's happening. So the average residential price in BC set a record in all of BC of $816,000. So this is all of BC. And the average price represents 9.3% increase from the previous year. So that's all of BC. So it kind of gives you an idea of what's happening in BC, what's happening in Greater Vancouver, and what's happening in the Fraser Valley and Chilliwack areas. So the Chilliwack specifically, if I can speak.
Specifically? Is that the word you're looking for?
Thank you, Curtis. Thank you. Is 18.1% compared to the same month last year. That's Chilliwack. Yeah. So it's still driving. People are still buying. People are still selling. It's still happening.
In Abbotsford alone, I mean, I've still seen a couple signs coming up around, not necessarily my neighborhood because half of it's sold, I think now, but just around the area still. I'm like, hey, I didn't see that sign up before. Like somebody's selling a house now in December where, 5-10 years ago, that would almost be unheard of.
Yeah, actually, I just took a listing yesterday. Should I tell you about it? Why not? It's actually a mobile home in Brookswood in a very sought-after park called Fern Ridge. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 750 square foot. It's on a corner lot, and it was built in 1971. It's vacant and ready to move into. So this location is absolutely fantastic in Brookswood. Beautiful, big growth trees. It's a great park. I've sold in there before. I have a couple clients that live in there. This one's only $68,000, so that's it. So very affordable. If you talk about affordable housing, this is it, and you get a yard. It's fantastic. Neighbors are great. So that's a new listing. So yes, people are still selling. And I just got another exclusive listing. All my other exclusive listings have sold or have accepted offers on them. So this one just came up. And so as I'm talking about new listings, I'm just going to go right into it. This one, it's one of a kind. It's the first ever in Mission. It's a 98 condo, 6-story building with commercial daycare approved for up to 28 children. Like, that's never been done in Mission. And we haven't had a new condo. This one can be rentals. It can be a full 98 condo rental building. If a buyer wants to do that, the seller needs to know sooner than later, so they make the adjustments on the drawings and everything. But this one is going to be sold with third reading in place by estimated next May. And the price is $4,875,000, or Yeah, so that's the price. It's a brand new listing. Just went live through my system because it's exclusive, so you're not going to find it on the MLS. But you can check out my blog. It has a lot of information on it on my website. So, so things are still happening. Hey, Curtis, I wanted to ask you, what is something, you know how every Christmas, every year, there's like something that's popular. Do you remember when... what's the Elmo? Do you remember when Elmo was like so popular?
Yeah,
like,
Elmo was popular. The Tickle Me Elmos. We can go back to our childhood when, and I'm sure you probably had one. Cabbage Patch Kids. People were fighting over.
Oh yeah. My mom was successful in getting us girls one of those. Oh, I still have it today.
Oh, very very cool. So yeah, there's always something, that big toy of the year.
Yeah, toy or something to hear. So this year, I've seen everywhere, and people are talking about it on social media, and it's in the mall in that little, like, as seen on TV place in the Seven Oaks Mall in Abbotsford. It's those chocolate bombs.
Right.
Do you know those? Yeah. I mean, it's like this ball that goes into your mug, and you pour hot water, I guess.
Yeah, just don't confuse it for a bath bomb. That's going to be a sticky mess.
Thank you for the warning.
I'm just saying.
But those are all over the place.
Those are a big thing this year for sure. And, of course, for the gamers, the big thing this year was the PS5, which sold out all over the place.
Oh, I'm still in my, like, rock guitar hero phase, right?
You're back on your PlayStation 2, are you? Or your Xbox One? Or
Yeah, that's me.
We have a little bit of everything. I got 2 teenage boys, so they're both dying to get the new PlayStation. I'm like, why? You have the last one. It's fine.
How about the original Nintendo?
You know what? Because they have those ones you can buy with a bunch of the old original Nintendo games. I have not got one yet, but I really want to get one.
Okay, so besides that, what else did you find, or what's that one special thing that you're hoping for this year? Are you allowed to say?
Well, I've been waiting for the same thing since about 1978, but this shows you how long I've been on the Santa's naughty list, is I've always wanted a Millennium Falcon from Star Wars.
Oh, cool.
But for some reason, Santa never brought me the Millennium Falcon. Even though I had Han Solo, I had Chewie, I had the figures to put in it, I never got a Millennium Falcon.
Do you think Santa is a Star Trek fan instead of a Star Wars fan? Then?
Well, that could very well be. Maybe that's where I went wrong over the years. But again, I've earned my spot in that naughty list. So,
I've been wanting something for a long time. Actually, ever since I moved into my new place 3 years ago, and it's taken me this long. But I got it for myself, and I'm so excited. You know how this year's all been about toilet paper?
Yes.
So I bought myself a cool-looking toilet paper holder. I've been wanting, I know it's so silly, but I've been wanting the real country-looking one. Like I was thinking a horseshoe, I was thinking something, and I just haven't really been looking too hard. But I was at the Garden House in Rosedale. It's like the Naps. It's like the local Naps. It's amazing, full of Christmas stuff. And I was there, and I was just like, oh, this is the perfect place. Maybe they would have something unique like this. So I asked the gal, and she was so sweet. She racked her brain. She goes, oh, I may have something. She ran into the back storage room, and like 5 minutes later, she comes out with this really cool-looking tin. And I'm like, it looks like a tin basket. And I'm like looking at the handle is what you put the toilet paper on, and then inside you put the magazines. So I have it in my main bathroom that guests can use, and it's so cute. And I've got my Magnolia magazines in it, and my sister's magazine. She has one out of Lodi area of California. So I have it, and it's so cute.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I'll share it. I'll share a post on my social media so you can see it.
I'll have to check that out. Well, we are getting close for time. Do we have a quote today?
Okay, yes. And everyone, don't forget, I've got Michelle's Reason for the Season giveaways on social media. So just follow me on Instagram at Michelle Cummins, because you can actually have more chances of winning. My Facebook page at Fraser Valley Realty. Prizes are to local places to support local business, and I've already given away $50 Langley location IHOP gift card to the IHOP restaurant. I get a $75 gift card to the local Mission Station Grill. Great chef, great people own it. It's local. That was a giveaway. I've given a set of handmade earrings a client of mine makes in Abbotsford. She got to choose the winner any earring she wanted, set of earrings, and a fresh bag of locally roasted coffee beans from the Smoking Gun out of Abbotsford. And they actually started in Mission, and what great coffee. Love it. That coffee goes in my gift baskets along with a whole bunch of personalized items for my clients. I just had 2 beautiful clients move into amazing properties this week. That was exciting. So they both got bags of the Smoking Gun coffee. But yeah, so those were some of the gifts I've been giving away this week. It's Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The prizes will be announced. And then on Saturday, next Saturday, Saturdays are the winner. So that's it. So check out. Stay tuned. You'll find out what we're giving away this week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Make sure it's really easy. Just like, share, tag somebody. Yeah, and there you go. Okay, so we have a quote. You asked for it. I'll give it to you. The quote of the week is, "Look for Christ and you will find him, and with him, everything else." And that is C.S. Lewis, an amazing, amazing British writer and theologian. His name is actually Clive Staples Lewis.
I did not know that. Yeah,
Clive, but C.S. Lewis. And he's a pretty great writer. One of my favorite, and I love all his writings, but one of my favorites is Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's a really good one.
Yes, that was one of my favorites as a kid as well.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's it for our last episode before Christmas. We'll be back again next week. But if people want more information, where can they go, Michelle?
Everyone have a very, very Merry Christmas, and we will talk with you on Boxing Day, and you can find more information out at michellecummins.ca.
And join us again next week when once again we will talk about real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.